بسم الله بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على أشرف المرسلين سيدنا وحبيبنا مولانا محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم وعلى آله وأصحابه وبارك وسلم. سبحانك لا علم لنا إلا ما علمتنا اللهم علمنا ما ينفعنا وزدنا علما يا مقلب القلوب ثبت قلوبنا على دينك آمين. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. كيف حالكم؟ الحمد لله. بسم الله. Apologies for being a bit late this morning. So you had some homework to do. You had to finish 9.2 if you didn't finish already, and then you had to do 9.3 for homework. So I'd like you to all open 9.2 first, inshallah. Okay, bismillah. Okay, so we marked some of 9.2. I just want to mark the rest of it. From number 12 we didn't mark. Is that right? Yes, so I'm just going to mark it quickly, inshallah. Again, this is going to be a application of the work that you've done so far. So number 12 reads لا أملك لكم ضرا. Number 12 reads لا أملك لكم ضرا. Number 9.2 answers number 12. لا أملك لكم ضرا. Translation: لا أملك, I do not possess, لكم, for you, ضرا, harm, or any harm, because it's obviously indefinite. I do not possess for you harm. So لا أملك, ملك يملك, أملك means is a فعل مضارع. فعل مضارع يملك, يملكون, تملك, يملكنا, all the way down to أملك. Where's the doer for أملك? You say I don't own. Is it complete? No, because you're waiting for the object. So the same thing, the same actually mindset you apply to Arabic is that if the verb is transitive, you must look for the maf'ulun bihi. If the verb is intransitive, you won't find the maf'ulun bihi. You with me? So if you say la amliku lakum, it's incomplete. I don't possess for you what? Money, cure, what is it? You don't understand? So the same kind of logic in Arabic applies. If you come across a verb, the verb is transitive. You know, the transitive means it transfers onto an object. It has an object, a maf'ulun bihi. You must find the maf'ulun bihi. Okay, look at the next one. Khalaqa. Khalaqa is created. Is created transitive, intransitive? Transitive. You say he created. It's incomplete. You have to come with he created what? He created a car, a man. Must create something. Okay. So khalaqakum translated. He created you. Where's the he in the khalaqa? Inside. What's the Arabic inside? Damirun altogether. Damirun mustatirun taqdiruhu. What? Another this time? Huwa. Because the taqdir, the huwa is the huwa. Let's say it together again. Damirun mustatirun taqdiruhu huwa. Huwa this time. All that means is there's a hidden he inside khalaqa. Where is the maf'ulun bihi for khalaqa? Who did he create? You, kum. So kum is the maf'ulun bihi. So khalaqakum is a whole sentence. There's a fi'l, fa'il and maf'ulun bihi. All in that one word, khalaqakum. Next one. Qatala Dawudu Jaluta. Qatala. Is qatala transitive or intransitive? It's transitive. Transitive. In Arabic, transitive is called muta'addi. So say it together. Muta'addi. Again. Muta'addi. Muta'addi. I'll just give it to you. Again, these are just terms. If you use the English term, it's fine as well. But often the Arabic term is used by teachers and in explaining things. So you don't really have to know it, but it's good to know it, inshallah. So the one thing is muta'addi. What's muta'addi? Muta'addi means transitive. In other words, what means that the verb takes an object. Muta'addi. That's transitive. And the other one is lazim. Lazim means intransitive. Lazim means intransitive. Transitive and intransitive. Normally with the intransitive verb you can add a preposition. Like you can say he slept on the bed. But it doesn't require the on the bed. That's just extra information. Or he died from pneumonia. It doesn't require a reason, that's just extra information. Okay, so lazim and muta'addi. Muta'addi should be shadda on the dal. Muta'addi. Muta'addi. Let's say those two words. Muta'addi and lazim. Again, muta'addi and lazim. No. So let's go back. Qatala. So qatala is muta'addi or lazim? It's muta'addi. Muta'addi means it takes a verb. You say he killed, you think who did he kill? You can't say he killed because it's like incomplete. There must be an object as well. So qatala killed. Who killed who? Dawood killed Jalut, because Dawood has it's raf'un, it's the fa'il. So where's the doer? The doer is Dawood. Where's the maf'ulun bihi? Jalut. Qatala Dawood Jaluta. Dawood killed Jalut, or David killed Goliath. No. Number 15. Khatam Allahu ala qulubihim. Khatam Allahu. Khatama means what? Khatama means to seal something. To seal, to like when you like wrap something up, when you seal it off. Therefore the Prophet ﷺ is Khatam al-Nubuwah. He is the seal, he is like the ending off of all prophets. Therefore your ring is called a Khatam, because it's like sealed. It's like a circle that's closed. So Khatama here is a negative sense. This means when your heart is sealed. In other words, no light can penetrate, no guidance can penetrate, your heart is wrapped and sealed. So Khatam Allahu, Allah has placed a seal ala, upon qulubihim, upon their hearts. The word Allah is the fa'il. Ala harfu jar, qulub ismu majroor, and the him is mudafun ilay. Next one. Ma kafara Sulaiman. What does ma kafara Sulaiman mean? Kafara means disbelieve. What does ma kafara mean? Did not disbelieve. Where's the fa'il? Sulaiman alayhi salam. Sulaiman did not disbelieve. Ma kafara Sulaiman. Sulaiman did not disbelieve. Number 17. فَهَزَمُوهُمْ بِإِذْنِ اللَّهِ. فَهَزَمُوهُمْ. What's the meaning of hazama? To defeat. So. Hazam, not hazama. Hazamu. What's hazamu mean? They defeated. Who did they defeat? They defeated them. So where is the fa'il for hazamu? That wow there, remember at the end. It's at the end. Eli at the end. What do you call it wow again? Wawul jama'a. Wawul jama'a. And then where's the, so wawul jama'a is a fa'il. Where's the maf'ul? The hum. So fahazamuhum is a whole sentence. So they defeated them. That's a complete sentence. Bi-idhnillah, bi with, by idhnillah, with permission of Allah or the permission of Allah. If you look carefully, you're going to see the word idhn is what? Is it idhnin or idhni? Not idhnin. There's no al there and there's no tanween. Why? Because it's light. And the word Allah is jar. Therefore we have mudaf and mudafun ilay. Therefore I must add what? The and of. Be. So in other words, idhn is the mudaf and the word Allah is the mudafun ilay. At the same time, idhn is also the ismu majroor. So bi harful jar, idhni ism majroor, it's also the mudaf. Therefore add the idhn of Allah. Fahazamuhum, so they defeated them. Bi, by the permission of Allah. So I'm not sure if you saw that mudaf ilay there. Look carefully inshallah. Light followed by jar all the time. And also you also just know it contextually. You'll just know it's a mudaf ilay by the meaning. Next one. Nadhartum min nadhrin. What's the meaning of nadhara? Nadhara means to vow. It also means to vow. So nadhartum means what? Nadhara. Let's go down the scale quickly. Nadhara, nadharu, nadharat, nadharna, nadharta, nadhartum. Which means what? You vowed. So where is the fa'il of nadhartum? We look first, remember, end left in. Where is it? End. Where at the end? The tum part. More technically, not the whole part actually. Technically, it's actually just the ta. And it's called what? Ta'ul fa'il. It's called ta'ul fa'il. So what happened in the beginning of the year, we won't teach you the right stuff. We just fix it up afterwards. We just teach you like more or less at the beginning. And at the end, we just give you like specifically. But if at the beginning of the year, we said ta'ul fa'il and nunu niswa and wa'ul jama'a, it's too many terms. So we just say end. But at the end is something specific actually is the fa'il. Technically something, not the meme, the ta is the fa'il. So nadharta, ta'ul fa'il. Nadhartum, ta'ul fa'il. Nadharti, ta'ul fa'il. Nadhartu, ta'ul fa'il. All the ones end with the ta at the end, you call it ta'ul fa'il. Are you with me? So okay, we can do the whole scale quickly. Let's go fa'ala. Fa'ala, where's the fa'il? Assume it's not on the left or something. Inside. What do you call the fa'il there? Tamirun mustatirun taqdiruhu huwa. So fa'ala. Fa'alu. Where's the fa'il? That u, but specifically the wa'ul jama'a. Nadarat. Fa'alat, sorry. Not that one. That ta with the sukoon, remember ta sukoon is just to make the verb feminine. That one's inside there. So it's what? Damirun mustatirun taqdiruhu hiya. Good, mashallah. Fa'ala fa'alu. Fa'alat fa'alna. Actually, I must just give you a table with all the names, inshallah. Just remind me, I'll give you Nasreen, just remind me. Give you a table. I'll give you a table with all the names of the fa'ils. That na is called noonun niswa. But I'll give you all the names, inshallah, in a table. So fa'ala, fa'alu, fa'alat, fa'alna. Fa'alta, easy. Ta'ul fa'il. Fa'altum, ta'ul fa'il. Fa'alti, ta'ul fa'il. Fa'alna. No, fa'alna. Fa'alti, fa'altunna. Fa'altunna, again that noon there. Noonun niswa. Then fa'altu, ta'ul fa'il. And fa'alna, na'ul fa'il. But we'll give you the table, inshallah. We'll give you the table for all the names, inshallah. Bismillah. Okay, anyway, back to this. Nadartum min nadrin. Nadartum, you promised, or you, what is nadara? You vowed, nadartum min, from nadrin. Nadrin is a vow. So you vowed min nadrin, of a vow. You took a vow of a vow. Next one. Obviously in context will make more sense, but just for now translation is fine. Next one. Akhadna mithaqahum. Akhadna. Akhadna means what? We took. Where's the fa'il? At the end there. Na'ul fa'il. Na'ul fa'il. That na, there is the fa'il at the end. End. End left in, end, the na is the fa'il. Who took? We took. What do we take? Again is we took lazim or muta'addi? If someone says to you, we took, is it complete? We took. Assalamu alaikum, we took. You think what? Well, we took what? So in other words, muta'addi, you need to have something coming out. There must be a maf'ul afterwards. So we took what? Mithaqakum. We took mithaqa. Mithaq means like a pledge or a covenant or a promise. We took your covenant. Mithaqakum. Mithaq maf'ulun bihi, kum mudafun ilayh. Last one. Ja'alna al-bayta mathabatan linnas. What's the meaning of ja'ala? We made. So if is ja'ala lazim or muta'addi? Is it transitive or intransitive? Transitive. It is muta'addi. But it's interesting because generally ja'ala generally has two maf'uls. Because it actually means we made something into something. Doesn't like we made a computer, we made something. It means to make something into something. وَجَعَلْنَا اللَّيْلَ لِبَاسًا. And we made the night into a garment. وَجَعَلْنَا النَّهَارَ مَعَاشًا. And we made the day into a means of living. وَجَعَلْنَا الشَّمْسَ سِرَاجًا. And we made the sun into a lamp. It means to make something into something. Now, there's many verbs like sana'a would mean like to manufacture. It depends on what type of thing, the type of creation basically. Khalaqa means to create something. No. But ja'ala specifically means to turn something into something. Or place something in something. Those are like two parts. It either has two maf'uls or there's a maf'ul with like a preposition coming with it. Anyway. So ja'alna al-bayta, if you just stop there, ja'alna al-bayta, translate ja'alna al-bayta. We made the house. But again, ja'ala doesn't mean to make something, it means to make something into something. So when you come to ja'ala, you always think of two maf'uls. So we made the house into what? Mathabatan linnas. What's a mathaba? A resort, a place that you return to, a place that you go to. Mathabatan linnas. We made the place, we made the house Mathabatan, like a place of return, a place of visiting, a resort, a place of visiting, linnas, for mankind. So Allah made the house into something. You understand? Okay. Good, so that's some nice extra information there about Jumlatul Fi'liyah. Then you had some more homework. I'm not sure if you keep me up with all the homework, inshallah. In the last lesson, let me see if it's still here. In the last lesson, we went over the slide here. Do you remember the slide? We said there are certain isms that are mabniyun. What's the meaning of mabniyun again? The ending can't change. You can't see any visible change on them. And we said that you studied 3 isms that are mabniyun. What are the 3? The damir. Let's do all the damirs quickly. Huwa. All together. Huwa. Hum, hiya, hunna, anta, antum, anti, antunna, ana, nahnu. That's damir pronouns. Then we did ismul ishara. Let's say all the ismul ishara. Hadha. Let's do it with translation. Hadha, this. Hadihi, this. Dhalika, that. Tilka, that. Haula'i, these. Ulaika, those. Those are called ismul ishara. And the last one is ismul mawsul. What's ismul mawsul? Say together. Alladhi, allati, alladhina, allai, allati. Let's say, what's the translation? Alladhi. He who, the one who, or that which. And allati, she who, the one who, or that which. Or it can also mean those which. Alladhina, those who. Those who in terms of males or mixed group. Allati or allai, those who in terms of females. Ismul mawsul. So all we did with Ismul mawsul is we asked you to do what? To just translate. There is lots of Nahw Ismul mawsul, but just leave it for now. Just translate. Let's do number 4 inshallah. هو الذي خلقكم من تراب. هو الذي. He is the one who, or he is he who. He is the one who. خلقكم, created you, min turabin, min from turab, dust. هو الذي خلقكم من تراب. هو, he. الذي is the one who. خلقكم, created you, min turabin, from dust. Next one. All we wanted to hear was what? Just translation. ضرب الله مثلا للذين كفروا. Translation. ضرب الله. So ضرب means hit, but in the case when it comes with مثل, it will mean presented. ضرب الله, Allah presented. مثلا, an example. للذين, li, for alladhina, those who kafaru, disbelieved or disbelieve. ضرب الله مثلا للذين كفروا. Allah has presented an example, a similitude, للذين, for those that kafaru, have disbelieved. Alhamdulillah الذي صدقنا وعده. And all these lots of Nahw in there that hopefully you're seeing, like Daraba is the fi'il, Allah, the word Allah is the fa'il, Mathalan is the maf'ulun bihi, Li is harful jar. If Li is harful jar, Lilladhina, what's Alladhina? What comes after harful jar? Ismul majroor. So this here, lilladina, alladina here will be, it's ismul mawsool is a type of word, but it's a ismul majroor. But why can't you see the jar on the word? Why can't you see it like alladina is in jar? Because mabniyun, because you can't see the hal on those words. That's the whole point. You can't see the hal. For example, in this sentence here, Allahu alladhi, Allah is actually, alladhi is a khabr there, but you can't see the raf'un. Yeah, alladhina is actually ismu majroor, but you can't see the jar. It's a fixed word. Meaning what? It always is alladhina in raf'un, nasbun and jarrun, it's alladhina. So li is harfu jar and alladhina is ismu majroor, but you can't see it because it is in jar. Next one, alhamdulillah. Translation? All praise, alhamdulillah. It's li plus Allah, lillah. What's li? For or to. Alhamdu, all praise, li, for Allah, to Allah. Li is harfu jar, the word Allah is ismul majroor. Who is this Allah? Alladhi, the one who. The one who what? Sadaqana wa'dahu. What's sadaqah? To fulfill, to be truthful, but to carry out what you've said. Sadaqana, to fulfill, to be truthful, to carry out. Where's the fa'il for sadaqana? Okay, I'll give you, listen carefully. Khalaqna, khalaqana. Can you hear the difference? You must also look carefully. There's difference, important difference between khalaqna and, don't get confused. Oopsie, wrong space. The difference between khalaqana and khalaqna. What's the difference? What does the khalaqana mean? Khalaqana means what? This one, yeah, the first one, yeah. Is it he created or we created? Okay, if you're not sure, let's go down the scale. Khalaqa. All together. Khalaqa, khalaqu, khalaqat, khalaqna, khalaqta, khalaqtum, khalaqti, khalaqtunna. Listen carefully now. Khalaqtu. Khalaqna or khalaqana? Khalaqna. So what is khalaqna? This one here, khalaqna is we created. Khalaqana is what? He created us. Because it's khalaqa the first one. And the na is the maf'ulun bihi. This one here, the na is the maf'ulun bihi. Here the na is the fa'il. Okay. If you're a bit confused, it's okay. Alhamdulillah. So where are we now? Is this sadaqana or sadaqana? So is the first one or is the last one on the scale? Is it sadaqah on the top of the scale or is it sadaqana at the bottom of the scale? On top of the scale. So where's the fa'il? Not the na, it's the huwa inside. The na is the maf'ul bihi. Who is this Allah? He is the one that He has been truthful. Who? He has fulfilled what to who? He has fulfilled to us. He has fulfilled to us. What has He fulfilled to us? Wa'dahu, His promise. So much time it comes to Jannah, and mashallah you're living in Jannah, in your palace, and whatever you have in Jannah, then you will say what? Alhamdulillah. All praise be to Allah, Alladhi, the one that sadaqana, He has fulfilled to us, wa'dahu, His promise. It's almost like when you, after you eat, what do you say? Alhamdulillahi alladhi at'amana wa saqana wa ja'alna or ja'alana? Is it ja'alana muslimin or ja'alna muslimin? Who may do Muslims? Think carefully quickly. Is it ja'alana or ja'alna muslimin? As ja'alana. He made us Muslims. Not ja'alna. We didn't make ourselves Muslims. We didn't say alhamdulillah we made ourselves Muslims. As ja'alana. So alhamdulillah alladhi at'amana wa saqana wa ja'alana muslimin. Naam. Maybe you say wrong all the years. Now you know why. Naam. Naam. Next one. Subhanalladhi khalaqal azwaj. Subhana means all perfection, all glory. Alladhi, to the one who. All perfection, all glory to the one who. Khalaqal azwaj. Khalaqa, he created. Al azwaj, the either the pairs or the types. Azwaj can mean pairs or can mean types as well. Khalaqal azwaj, he created the pairs and the types. Again, all we're doing here is mostly translation, not Nahw all the time, just some translation. Huwalladhi, he is the one that ba'atha, he has sent fil ummiyin. Okay, this is the whole thing first. Huwalladhi ba'atha fil ummiyin rasula. Huwalladhi, translation. Huwalladhi, he is the one who. What's ba'atha? Ba'atha means can mean send or to raise or resurrect. The other means sent. He is the one who sent. Fi in or among al-ummiyin, the unlettered, the people unable to read and write. What did he send? Who did he send? Rasulan, a messenger. Huwa alladhi, he is the one that sent fil ummiyin, in the ummiyin, rasulan, a messenger. Again, all you're doing here is you're getting a taste for how alladhi and alladina is used. Okay, you're just getting a taste of how it's used. Ta'ifatun min alladhina ma'aka. Ta'ifatun, what's a ta'ifah? A group. Min, from. Alladhina, those who. Group here. Ta'ifatun, a group. Min alladhina, from those who. Ma'aka, what's ma'a mean? Ma'a means with, and ma'aka means with you. So ta'ifatun, a group, min alladhina, from those that ma'aka are with you. Next one. Ya ayyuha alladhina kafaru. Allah often says Ya ayyuha alladhina amanu, Ya ayyuha alladhina kafaru. Many things like that. What does Ya ayyuha mean? Do you know what Ya means? Like I say Ya walad means what? Oh boy. Not like oh boy. It means like oh boy. Ya walad. So Ya ayyuha means the same thing. Just only but Ya ayyuha, it's more formal than Ya. Like you say, like for your father, you'll say Ya ummi, Ya abi. You know, generally won't say Ya ayyuha al-abi, Ya ayyuha abi, or Ya ayyuha ummi, ayyuha al-ummi. You won't say that because it's Ya ayyuha al-um or Ya ayyuha al-ab, because Ya ayyuha is much more formal. So it's used in a formal setting, or it's used to great distance. Therefore Allah doesn't call the kafirun Ya kafirun. It's almost like too close. Ya ayyuha is more like formal, at great distance. But they both mean oh. Ya means oh, and Ya ayyuha also means oh. Just different types of oh. So Ya ayyuha alladhina means what? Oh, those who disbelieve. Ya ayyuha alladhina kafaru, oh those, or oh you who disbelieve. Next one. An-nar allati waquduha an-nasu. An-nar means what? The fire. Allati, that which. Why are we using allati, not alladhi? Because fire is one of those deemed feminine. It's a feminine word. So when describe the fire, we say the fire allati, that which. Waquduha. What's waqud? It's fuel, the stuff you put in the fire. What's the fuel of the fire? An-nasu, people. The fuel, that which the fire, that which its fuel is people. Okay, there's quite a few. Let me just do maybe two more and we can stop there inshallah. Al-fulk allati tajri fil bahr. Al-fulk, what's fulk? The ships. Allati, that which. So fulk is going to be like a collective noun for ships. Allati, because it's referring to the plural of a non-human thing, I use a single feminine. Al-fulk, the ships. Allati, that which. Tajri, what's tajri? Are running or are sailing. Fil bahri, in the ocean, in the sea. Al-fulk, the ships. Allati, that which. Tajri, are sailing or running. Fil bahri, in the sea. Next one. Amwalakum allati ja'ala Allahu lakum. Amwalakum, amwal, plural of mal. Amwal, plural of mal. So amwal means what? Wealth. All types of wealth. Amwalakum, your wealth. Allati, that which. Ja'ala Allahu, Allah has made. Lakum, for you. Okay. I'm going to stop there inshallah because sometimes I feel that you didn't finish your homework. Just have this intuition sometimes. And I can hear the response dropping in the class. And I say, okay, you stopped there, you stopped there. So I can hear the response dropping. So I'm going to stop there inshallah and give you some time to do that. Can you bring the worksheets? We don't have to stapler the sign. You can send like it. So what's going to happen now inshallah? I'm going to teach something new in Sarf, but I think we first need to do some reader. So because we finished Nahw now, we're going to do a few things. We must just finish marking this last thing next week inshallah. And this book is finished. So in other words, you should have hopefully finished this whole book. If there's blank pages, go back and finish the blank pages. Because that's how you're going to catch up with your work. So people often ask me like, I missed a few lessons, how do I catch up? How do you catch up if you're able to do the exercise and you're caught up? If you're able to do the exercise, then you're basically fine. Okay, so you just go over the theory and do the exercise. So please open your book. You can open now inshallah. And just scroll through it. And just see what's the state of your books inshallah. It's almost like Qiyamah. Look at your books. On the day of Qiyamah, you can check. You can take it in your right hand, inshallah, for dua. Then you page through your book and you think to yourself, Ya Allah, what have I done with my life? Okay. So there's lots of blank pages. There's a nice long holiday coming up. Here's your holiday work inshallah. But try to catch up with exercises. We only did 6 concepts really in first year. And those 6 concepts are in here in terms of application. But you must master them. You must not master them, you must be at least some degree comfortable with them inshallah before next year. So the rest of the year inshallah you can go and catch up with this book. We're not doing any more new Nahw after this. Okay. So that's your first thing is to check your books inshallah. What you do next, 2 or 3 things we do next in our period. Number 1, we're going to do some new sarf. Some new sarf. New sarf. When you finish with sarf, okay, I'm not going to tell you. Anyway. But when you finish with sarf, technically you can take 1 root letter and make about 500 variations. When you're finished. You're not finished yet, you're starting out. At the moment you know about how much? You know about 28, probably like 40 or so. If you take fa'ala, fa'ala, fa'alu, fa'alat, fa'ala, okay, no, you don't do the duals, eh? Fa'ala, fa'alu, fa'alat, fa'alna, fa'alta, fa'altum, fa'alti, fa'altunna, fa'altu, fa'alna. That's 10. Is that 10, right? Is that 10? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Then yaf'alu, 10. Then fu'ila, 10. Yuf'alu, 10. And then if'al, 4. If'al, if'alu, if'ali, if'alna. And then la taf'al, 4. So you should know about 48 inshallah. But we revise it inshallah. We revise it. But 48 eventually will become 500 by the end of second year inshallah. Okay. So we're going to start that self journey. Don't be too stressed, not so much. Not 500 different stuff, it's patterns that gets repeated. So it's not like 500 different words, it's patterns that you learn. But the power of that is you're able to see lots of different shapes of the words and know what it means. You can do to some extent now already. If I tell you darabtu, and I tell you tadribu, and tell you idrib, and tell you la tadribu, those are 4 different shapes of daraba. So if I go through and I say darabtu means what? I hit. You can say it's past tense and the doer is I. If I say yadribuna, they are hitting. If I say duriba, okay, bismillah inshallah. Let's just collectively go through page 1 just to make sure we have page 1 right inshallah. So collectively let's go through page 1. Let's read the first sentence together. Bismillah. I'll come back from your books, back to the front inshallah. Don't worry, next week we're going to give you more time. Okay, so we're on the first page, number 1. So this is actually a book called Qasasun Nabiyyin, Stories of the Prophet, by Abul Hasan An-Nadwi, very famous scholar. All I did there, I just adapted the book just to simplify the first few pages. But inshallah, hopefully you'll do a lot of the book inshallah in its actual original form. So let's read the first one together. Azaru rajul, all together. Azaru rajulun mashhurun. Again. Azaru rajulun mashhurun. Translation. So Azar is a famous man. Azar is a famous man. I won't go to Nahw now, but you hopefully see some Nahw there. Something is something, famous man. You hopefully ring some bells there, inshallah. Let's read number 2 now. So a good question is it can't be Azar was, because the original one had a kana in, but I took the kana out just to make it easier. So this actually means Azar is a famous man. But obviously historically we put kana there to make it past tense. But now it's Azar is a famous man. Let's read number 2. Huwa yaskunu fi qaryatin jamilatin. Again. Huwa يسكن في قرية جميلة. Translation: he lives in a beautiful village. Number 3, هو يصنع أصناما. All together again. هو يصنع أصناما. Translation: he makes idols. Good. And hopefully you also see lots of Nahw there, inshallah. Next one. Baytul Asnami Baytun Kabirun. Again. Baytul Asnami Baytun Kabirun. Translation: so the house, the house of the idols is a big house. The house of the idols is a big house. Next one. An-nasu, all together. An-nasu yasjuduna lihadhihi al-asnami. Again. An-nasu yasjuduna lihadhihi al-asnami. Translation: An-nas, the people are prostrating to هذه, these idols. And hopefully seeing some Nahw there. هذا, هذه, ismul ishara, all that stuff's coming in here, okay? All that stuff's coming in here. Okay, let's do page 1, inshallah. I'm going to give you a homework. So listen carefully to your homework, inshallah. Your homework is, you have to translate page 1, 2 and 3. I think it's fairly easy, it doesn't take too long. So translate page 1, 2 and 3. That's your first part of your homework. You with me? When you have 2, 3 is at the back, inshallah. You'll get 3. Just make sure you have 3 before you leave. It's on the back table if you don't have 3. Page 1, 2 and 3 you must translate for homework. Second part of your homework is that for page 1 I want you to do the grammar analysis. In other words, I want to say this word is fa'il, this word is sifa. You just type it above there. Fa'il, sifa, or fa and a sad for sifa, a mim ba for maf'ulun bihi. But I want you to do the grammar analysis of page 1. Just page 1. That's a harful jar, is ism majroor and so on. Next thing, third thing, is next week we're going to have like a more formal tutorial session. In other words, you'll have in a circle and you have a tutor assigned to you. Then what you must do is you must be prepared to read. Obviously if you feel very, very uncomfortable, you don't have to. It's not, no one's forcing you. But you should strive, inshallah, to read page 1 and page 2 and translate it. But here's the important thing, without any English on the page. You understand? Almost make it page 1 only. Let's make it page 1 only to start off. Make it easy, inshallah. So you must be able to read and translate page 1, but with none of your English on there. Else you must know what yasjuduna, you must know what the words mean, yasna'u, in Arabic. I think page 1 and 2 is fine, inshallah. Let's make 2 pages. It's fine, inshallah. Because at some stage you have to build vocab. Because tools without vocab is not the language. You have to start building your vocab. So what must you do? The tutor must have a blank sheet in front of you, like on the screen, like a blank sheet, and you must be able to say what? Azaru rajulun mashhurun. Azar is a famous man. The next student, huwa yaskunu fi qaryatin jamilan, he lives in a beautiful village. Next student, huwa yasna'u asnaman, he manufactures or makes idols. That's all it is. Nothing hectic. I'm just saying you must just be able to read it in Arabic if you can, if you feel comfortable to do it in front of the group, and just translate it. If you feel very uncomfortable, don't drop out. You can just say, I pass or something, or next time, or just, you don't have to drop out. This is a pressure-free environment, a safe space. We create a safe space. A masjid also, must be safe. It's a safe space for you, but you have to push yourself a little bit. And even if you struggle to read a little bit, it's fine. You just do what you can, inshallah. So that's the 3 things for homework, okay? Translate page 1, 2 and 3. Grammatical analysis of page 1. And prepare page 1 and 2 for translation to a tutor. Okay. Is that okay? writing the past tense verb. If you want to, if you know fi'l madi means past tense, you can leave it out inshallah. So the second heading there is al-fi'lul madi. Do those words beneath it look familiar? Fa'ala, daraba, nasara. Look familiar more or less? Looks familiar more or less. Okay. Number 2. Third heading. What's the third heading? Al-fi'lul mudari'. What's the fi'lul mudari'? Present tense. Look familiar those words? Yaf'alu, yadribu, yansuru. Look familiar? Yes. The fourth heading there. Al-masdar. Masdar look familiar? No, because it's new. Okay, so there's something new, we have to cover that. Okay. What's the next heading? Ismul fa'il. So fa'il is familiar, but not ismul fa'il. The word fa'il is familiar, not ismul fa'il, so that's new. That's new. What's the next one? Ismul maf'ul. Maf'ul is familiar, maf'ul bihi, but ismul maf'ul. That's also new. So there's 3 new things there. What's the next one? Is a mistake there? Al-amiru, al-amru, al-amr. Amr, like amr nahi. That on the meme should be a sukun. Scale smoothly. Let's do fa'ala smoothly quickly. All together. Fa'ala, fa'alu, fa'alat, fa'alna, fa'alta, fa'altum, fa'alti, fa'altunna, fa'altu, fa'alna. Daraba, daraba, daraba. Sorry, sekali lagi. Daraba, darabu, darabat, darab. Syahidta, syahidtum, syahidti, syahidtunna, syahidtu, syahidna. Last one, qatala, qatala, qatalu, qatalat, qatalna, qatalta, qataltum, qatalti, qataltunna, qataltu, qatalna. Is that manageable? Manageable? To be able to say that row smoothly. That column I mean, that column smoothly. What do those words mean? Fa'ala, you know, means he did. Daraba, he hit. Nasara, he helped. Abada, he worshipped. Rahima, he was merciful. Shahida, he witnessed. And Qatala, he killed. So can I ask the tutors to come and test you on the column next week? Okay, I'll tell you what, whoever's ready, the tutor's going to test you. On that column, they're going to choose like 2 or 3 random ones. And if you are smooth enough, they will sign off that column, inshallah. They will sign off like school. They're going to sign off that column there, mashallah, you finish that column. So when you're ready, inshallah, at your own pace, but you have to try to get some revision going, inshallah. Okay, so next week, just the first column, try to say it smoothly, if you can, inshallah. I know some of you like it's difficult, but it's fine, you have to. It only comes with practice. You know, like you want your children to learn the times tables and you want them to learn hifz, they want to learn all that stuff. You must also learn stuff. So you must learn and you must sit and you must study with the books and put it next to your bed there or on the cupboard there and before you sleep. Daraba, darabu, darabat. You know, whatever you wake up in the morning, in the alpha state, your left and right hemispheres are all balanced. Use Bismillah. Say it like that, inshallah. Okay. Is that enough homework for you? Enough. You need to start pushing yourself now a bit more, just to increase, inshallah. Because you have the tools, now you must start using the tools, inshallah. Okay. So next week, much more work, less talking from my side, more work from your side. But you must. That's what's happening now. You must start working more, inshallah. Nothing here. Okay. Bismillah. Okay, I won't do Surah Fatiha today. I think we're a little bit out of time to do Surah Fatiha. I just wanted to, first of all, the camp. Did you all get the email about the camp? Let me just see if I can find all the stuff. There's a lot of things coming up, so I just need to just tell you what's happening with regard to the camp. Okay, so I don't have a slide for it. I'll just open the email. It's easier, inshallah. So those of you who've been in the camp, alhamdulillah, you know what it's about. Those of you who haven't been yet, let me tell you a bit about it, inshallah. So the camp is happening when? The camp is happening on the 2nd to the 4th of November. Friday is the 2nd and Sunday the 4th. It says it's Misbah Camp in Grabo. It's not too far away, just over the pass. It will start on Friday at, normally we gather there before Maghrib at 6:30 in the evening, and it ends on Sunday at 1 o'clock, just before lunch, about 12:30 or so. It ends on the Sunday. The camp is open this year to not only Mizan students but to the public as well. We plan to take about between, say, 80 to 100 people on the camp. From the last camp we had about 100 people. This time is exam time, so we might have some few youngsters coming, more the older people, we'll see inshallah. So that is the camp, that's the camp details. What's it about? For those of you who haven't been, it's like a brotherhood spiritual camp. So we enjoy ourselves there, but we have some workshops where we discuss some topical issues. Previous things we spoke about your personal vision, we spoke about time management, we spoke about love languages, we spoke about dealing with people in your house and reframing conflict and so on. So we had some workshops in the past. Hopefully if your husband went on the camp, he came back a little bit changed at least. Inshallah. I don't know if it lasts though. We have some spiritual talks. We also have some dhikr and some reflections in nature. Some walks in nature as well, hiking and swimming. Also a number of like team building activities. So we do some fun stuff, obstacle courses, and we play some games just to break the ice and so on. And obviously we just like do normal things like eat together and make salah together and so on. But it's an enjoyable experience for those who have been, inshallah. So alhamdulillah, all the teachers will be there, inshallah. The cost of the camp is 620 a person, which is basically at cost. If you take the venue and all those things and the food costs and so on, it's basically at cost. If you can't afford the full fee, inshallah, we'll try to find a sponsor. If you can afford it, maybe only like 400 rand or something, we'll try to find a sponsor for the balance, inshallah. So if anybody also wants to sponsor someone who can't afford, we don't want to exclude anybody. So anybody who wants to come, whatever they can manage, inshallah, we'll try to make the ends meet, inshallah. So that's the camp. So we advise those who want to come, or if you have family members who want to come, to please register soon, because obviously when it's full, then we have to close. So you can register now and pay even at the end of the month if you need to, but just register now online. There's an online registration form. That's for the brothers. For the sisters, you'll be having your event on the 4th, but we'll send you the separate marketing for that. So in the meantime, just keep the 4th, same as class time, in the morning till about 1 o'clock. You'll have your event, the fragrance of the soul. Those of you who've been before, you know what's it about. Okay. Also similar team building and adhkar and some reflections and some talks and so on. And it looks pretty also. No. Then what else is coming up is what's the other thing coming up? Let me just check what happened in this email here. Is the Ghazali festival. I don't know if you saw the emails about that. Okay, let me just find this. The Ghazali festival. Alhamdulillah, Mizan is one of which is helping them with the marketing actually. That's our main thing. But Imam Ghazali, rahimallah, there's actually a nice, I don't know if you saw this documentary about his life. It's like a movie actually. They made a movie about his life. What's it called again? Is it called Alchemy or something? The Alchemy of Happiness or something like that, yes. Inshallah, I will see if I can find a copy online and send you the link. But you can just look for it. I think it's called the Alchemy of Happiness. It's a movie made about Ghazali and his life. He's a great scholar. His nickname was Hujjatul Islam. Means what? The proof of Islam. And he had many works, but maybe one or two features about his life is that he was what you call a polymath. What's a polymath? he was a master of many sciences. He was a master of many sciences. So he didn't have like one specialist, he had like many sciences, and those included the inward spiritual sciences as well as the outward sciences like usul al-fiqh and aqidah and fiqh and so on. So he's like a master in both, which is very rare to find. And what he was able to do was he was able to actually blend the two, the inward science and the outward science into one teaching. So his most famous work, he has many works and he's famous for many things, but his most famous works amongst the public is Ihya Ulumuddin, or the Ihya. Ihya means what? The reviving of Ulumuddin, of the sciences of Deen. It's a very famous work. Some scholars have said if all the books of Islam disappeared and you had the Ihya, that would be enough to practice your Deen. Because a comprehensive book, it contains 40 sub-chapters in it, like 40 books in the one book, and each book deals with the topic inwardly and outwardly, spiritually and in terms of external laws. Anyway, so why do I give it the whole background? Is because there's a group of scholars, and headed by Hamza Yusuf, it's published by Fons Vitae. They've basically taken the Ihya Ulumuddin and they're making each chapter into a child-friendly version. So they're making the chapter, like say the book of knowledge, they'll make the stories into child-friendly stories, and they'll have a workbook, and they'll have a curriculum guide. You with me? So it's like a Ghazali school syllabus. So there are some speakers that are coming down having a workshop on this. So to explain what's happening, there's two things. There's a workshop happening,